Hey guys, thanks for joining once again. This week we find ourselves on the Daily Race B at the Kyoto Driving Park, starting off in 6th position in the Group 4 Alpha. This is one interesting race, I'm going to say beforehand. A race of two tales, two stories. So without further ado, let's get into this and see how this race unfolds. So first, high-speed corner. Generally you want to kind of come towards the inside of the apex, keep your speed up, not too much because you don't want to end up off track here, and then just power out at the right moment, so just generally just towards the end of that corner. Trying to get a slipstream here up behind the red Alpha, and it looks like the white Audi in front has lost, it's all kicking off, lost a bit of grip, and the same thing happened to that blue Lamborghini, and now we have the red Alpha and white Audi battling out, trying to get that inside line. Blue Skyline behind has just creeped up, and I think he's going to try and go for a move on the inside, try and get the position. I am being squeezed out on the right. Oh, and there's a car that's also lost position somehow. This first lap is tending to be quite eventful. Again, more contact. Grey/black Lamborghini is just not having a good day at all today. And we find ourselves in 5th now at the moment. We're trying to just keep it nice and tight on the inside, exit out well. We've now got a green Alpha behind us from company. An eye on us, keeping us honest. And the chicane can be tricky if you don't keep the braking right, but as long as you go wide and then brake and then come in, you should be fine there. And this is just a slow right-hander where you have to be very patient with the throttle. I'll try and go and be greedy for the move, and it's being to my detriment. I think I was just a little bit too enthusiastic about that move, and I now find myself couple of positions down into 7th. But alas, it's only lap 2. All hope is not lost just yet. I'm going to try and recover now, get some time back. You can see in the front, it's just all kinds of chaos. This race and the drivers that I'm up against just find themselves going for moves that just do not exist. Opportunities that aren't there, they will give it a shot. Trust these guys to do it. They are feisty as hell. And that makes for interesting racing, but sometimes to what degree? And that's, I think, the overall theme in this race. Yeah, so just keeping it tight on this inside apex, looking for the right moment to get the throttle out, and just keeping an eye on things in the front there. That is the key thing. I think having a good amount of awareness on this track is so important because things happen in an instant. Yeah, literally at the snap of fingers you could see yourself getting a few positions because guys ahead have overcompensated or gone too aggressive and find themselves, off track, taken out, etc. So pretty evens right now. Chasing down the red Audi is pretty much my main target. Most course this race I find myself either just ahead of him or just behind him, so he's kind of my target guy, my bench for this game, for the race, if you want to call it that. Trying to sneak down the inside, I'm gonna force it, and you know what, that's fair, I'll take that. He wasn't completely worse off, and there was no ill intent there, so I think I got that position pretty cleanly. Oh, and ahead, someone's gone off track and spun out completely. I'll send my regards to his family after this race. And we're up into 4th, so nice recovery there. And we're on lap 3 at the moment, so things are looking promising. We've got 2 cars ahead, and like I said, anything can happen at any given notice, so you just gotta stay ready, gotta stay sharp when the opportunity arises. Capitalize on it. Everyone so far seems to be keeping it nice and tidy right now, but I think the blue Skyline has got that corner and the exit wrong, and he's going to try and take it out on the green Alpha, which he does. He does not want to give that position up. Thankfully, I'm allowed through there. And this guy is the one to watch out for. He is an absolute maniac. I don't know how much Gran Turismo he's played, or if he's a Forza player, or worse, but he just couldn't care less, you know, the extent of his driving and the consequences for those around him. He's on his own mission. I've left a little bit too much room there for the red Audi to come through, and that track, I think that corner in particular is my weakness. I'm a little bit too kind with that corner, and I think I'm trying to maximize the width and then come in, but in doing so you tend to leave the door open, and if there's someone behind, they are going to go for it and try and get the position. And why not? You know, when the opportunity arises, take it. But thankfully we've managed to get a nice slipstream behind him. I think we're going to try to sneak ahead our nose in front here, which we are able to do. We're into second, which is great. He's going to try and come back down the inside. I think I'm going to let him through. Not really worth getting into much of a battle, rather just get the position and go again. I'm going to be right on his tail, up the hill, waiting to see where we can sort of try something. But he's got a bit of room now, so let's just play the patient game. Coming down to the 50 meter forward mark, braking on time, keeping it nice and close to the apex so that the exit is good. And the red Alfa behind in the rear here we can see is caught up quite a bit. So we have to keep eyes open at all sections here. And we're defending pretty well. I am aware that he is looking for any excuse, and we managed to hold him off whilst keeping our eyes ahead. The red Audi again going wide as I have done the previous laps, and I've left the door open once again. I've been forced by, thankfully I managed to stay on track and not get sent off, and we dropped down to 4th. Let's see what we can come up with here. Into the chicane. Oh, went down a gear too much, but it's okay because he's gone off on the right. We've taken the position back and gone too deep here, completely immersing the line and going wide. It's going to allow some behind us to try and have a sneak peek and move, but we have enough just to stay ahead and defend that position. We're now going into the final lap, and this is where things get really crazy and really unfortunate for myself. We are moments away from the ultimate heartbreak after having done so well for the most part of this race. You know, fighting position, being respectful, being tidy, keeping it clean. The heartbreak is on the way. I'm going to give you forewarning. I'm going to switch to one of the other drivers. I think the Undertaker is his name, just so that you can get different views and perspectives on what unfolds. So right now still on my cam at the moment, but I'm going to switch, I think, just towards the bottom of this hill. Oh, and it's kicking up ahead, battling for position in the front. Yeah, I've switched. Okay, so this guy is the madman that I spoke of earlier, who has no disregard for human life. And just take a look at this example. He's all over the show. Steering inputs are completely wonky, and that's enough as it is, because up front it's really turning to be a scrap. There's 4 or 5 cars all going into a super close hairpin, and look what happens here. I'm going to pause it quick. Green car, he makes contact with this car, forces the red Alfa off, of which takes me out on the far side. I mean, does it get any more crazy than that? On that tightest hairpin, people decide to be adventurous and bold. This is my rear cam, just trying to see what it looks like from the back before the chaos, before the moment happened. Again, I've taken the wide line, which in hindsight I wish I didn't. I should have probably been more in the middle, more towards the inside line, but I have taken the outside, unfortunately, and that's put me in this very precarious position. The red Audi has the right idea. That's where I should have been, or more or less. If I had been there, maybe I would have avoided this carnage. So you can see here, I get a slight tap from that red Alfa. Green Alfa doesn't know anything about it. He gets tapped from the back, from the blue skyline, who's coming super late and accelerated way too early, and he's going to take out essentially 2-3 cars because he doesn't know what driving is and he's a clown. I think that's the only way I can explain it. He's essentially ruined everyone's race. I've gone off. What's absolutely amazing is that this guy's got no penalty whatsoever. For a shunt like that, ruin everybody else's race, he gets away with it scot-free. Now I know in the previous updates, this continues to unfold, this carnage. I know in the previous updates they tried to make the penalty system more lenient, but in doing so, it's questionable because, I mean, look, this guy has literally taken out 2, 3, 4 people in this last section alone, this last sector, and he's getting away with it. It's absolutely crazy. So, big question marks there to the guys at Gran Turismo. You know, something needs to change here. At this point, I'm going to go a bit back to where I was, I think moments before the carnage, just to have a slight recap. Unfortunately, my race was ruined. I didn't recover too well. I dropped down from 2nd, 3rd, all the way, I think, down to 11th because of this. And I mean, I've now got front damage. And at this point, your race is screwed. There's nothing you can do here, you know. And it sucks when you've been holding your own for the most part and you've made good progress throughout the race. And all I can do here is not rage quit and try and finish the race with some dignity. Going wide there, I think at this point I am lost for words. I think deep down inside I am raging so much. But yeah, all I can really do is just finish this race in the position that I find myself in. The guys at Gran Turismo, please, if you see this, look at the penalty system. I think it needs serious reworking. There's no ways people like that can get away with it and not be punished. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. But thanks for tuning in, guys. If you liked it, give it a like, and I'll catch you at the next one. Cheers.